A fruit and vegetable grown on one single drought-resistant plant? Are you kidding me? What about even growing your own medicine, an amazing superfood, and an evergreen, beautiful plant? Welcome to the succulent world. Welcome to the succulent farm on Nopales Ranch. So about 10 months ago, I got a truck and trailer load of a bunch of different cuttings of a variety of succulents that I got from my parents' house who actually live in the city. I brought those cuttings back to United Ranch to install my own succulent farm. I am extremely grateful that I have succulents on United Ranch because there are so many different benefits to having succulents. There's health benefits. There's so much food and drink consumption, so many health benefits in the food. There are medicinal benefits. There are so many varieties of succulents that have different uses and what you can do with the plants. They are extremely drought resistant. They store water in the pads or the roots or the leaves, and they preserve that throughout the droughts in order for them to still thrive. I love them. They're so easy to plant. This is rock hard dirt. A lot of these are in right now. And this used to be my driveway that was compacted with crushed rock, and it was a hard time getting the trencher and digging this, but you could see these succulents are loving this cruddy soil. They are great to beautify your outdoor land, your property, your backyard. They're evergreen. That's one of the things I look for, because you could see the dirt and grass is kind of hard to keep green at this time of year in the middle of summer. They are also great for indoors. I have a lot of succulents that are in my house, and they're great for purifying the air. So many great benefits to succulents. If you go over here, so right here is a succulent called the Yucca. It's actually an ornamental type of Yucca, but it still has great uses to this succulent plant. The leaves, the Indians used to make sandals out of them. You could also make rope out of these leaves, floss even. The other parts of the plant are very medicinal. So great many uses for this plant alone. If you go over here, so right here is an amazing plant called Nopales. And the Nopales pads are right here. And this is actually a vegetable. And this is, some people call it a tuna, or other people call it the prickly pear. And this is a fruit. So you got vegetable and fruit all in one single succulent plant. Absolutely incredible. Both the pad and the fruit, the nopales and the tuna or the prickly pear, they're high in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. The list goes on what these are used for health-wise. Amazing plants. You could put these in stir fry. You could have them in eggs. I put these in water, so all those vitamins and minerals leach out in the water, and I drink the water. Super refreshing. These tunas, you could eat raw. You could also have them in smoothies. They're incredible. These grow bright yellow flowers that were brilliant colors about a month ago, and now they're gonna be transforming into the deep burgundy, beautiful tuna. And I also have these orange tunas. Both are extremely healthy. It's a crazy superfood. That's the Nopales Cactus. Here is a type of aloe. Aloes are good for skin care, hair care. These are great when you get like a cut. I just literally, you could splice one of these and put it on the cut like Neosporin. I've used this for aftershave. There's a variety of aloes like aloe vera. You could also put in your nopales drink and have it in the water. You could eat it. So healthy, so healthy. Right here is called a Varigated Agave, and this is used for sweeteners. People use it to make tequila. Also, these leaves you can make rope, cloth out of. Extremely useful. Just the few succulents that I have now, I've been finding there are so many different uses to them. My girl Dulce has been begging for some kisses, or maybe for some apples, I don't know, whichever one. Besos. Good girl. All right, so if you go on this part of the north farm, so this is my north farm of the rows of these succulents. One of the uses I use these Nopales pads or Nopales pads with is to make a wall, a security wall. I mean, what bad guy is gonna come and jump a Nopales pad, right? Without being severely sticked by those thorns, okay? But there's a security wall, there's a sound barrier wall, there's a beauty wall. I have had these, like I said, about 10 months ago. These haven't even went through the 4 seasons. So these are still they're still gonna grow this year. How I created this was I rented a trencher. I trenched about 5-inch wide by 4 to 6 inch deep line going in different rows, creating the rows. I created the rows about 5 to 6 feet apart from each other. So when it comes time to harvest, I won't be going like this, cutting, Nopales. I'll have room to cut them with roll my wheelbarrow out, So about 5 to 6 feet apart, I sprinkled some aged manure in the lines that are dug from the trencher. And then I put the pads and lined them up. I spaced them about every foot apart and covered it up with mixed manure and dirt. And 10 months later, I got all these new pads growing, and in between these cactuses, I planted different variety of aloe. A little bit about the irrigation. So right here, I just want to describe, again, Lord willing, I'll do some more videos on the different parts of this farm. And one of the videos definitely could be how I irrigate in the different zones and all that. Because I used to irrigate this manually with the water hose, and it's a lot easier by turning on a spigot and having this little prep work, and it's a lot better. So this is drip line, and I have 1 gallon per hour emitters that come with the drip line that are inside, and every foot they run. So you got this emitter, you got this one, you got that one, and that will just leach into the ground instead of soaking the outside with sprinklers or whatever. Really beneficial to go in, soak those roots, and leave it time to dry so those roots are seeking out and expanding, searching water, and then getting these fuller and bigger, and then you give them another nice deep soaking. I got some aloe here. I mean, look at this guy right here. This guy is just thrown on the ground, right? He's laying on the ground. This is the beauty about Nopales, is that you could plant them laying flat on the ground. You could put them in the ground about 4 inches. You could put them on the side. I have ones on the side. They grow up. It's just absolutely insane, this plant right here. Here's another demonstration of another way I irrigated, which hopefully I can show you in the future of how. But again, this is a mammoth stalk from the Nopales pad, and I just put this in the ground. Look at all these are new this year, not even a year. And I got the aloe, I got the blue agave, and this is another type of emitter, the circle thing right here. And that is a 0.5 or half gallon per hour emitter that I run. And again, I could describe that later in another video, but that's kind of how my setup is. So I hope you enjoyed this overview of my 10-month-old succulent farm. Make sure and subscribe and click that notification bell so you get notified when I release other videos of the many type of adventures that happen on United Ranch. As for me, I'm gonna enjoy my tuna smoothie. No, not tuna from the fish, but tuna from that Nopales pad that I was talking about earlier. United Ranch out.